performance maker. Hi. Okay, now it's starting. Hi, how are you? My name is Erika Chong Shuch, and I'm a performance maker, director, and choreographer. Thanks to Creative Capital, thank you, Creative Capital, I've been able to launch an ongoing performance-making practice called For You, in which I create experiences for specific audiences of 12 strangers. I work with two primary collaborators, Ryan Takata and Rowena Ritchie. This is us performing a dance exploring awkward, semi-consensual touch with raccoon puppets. Our circle of collaborators includes a lot of other folks. We started out with two very simple goals. One, make performances based on and for specific individuals. And two, bring together diverse groups of strangers for intimate encounters. I come from a performance-making background. I build moments on stages with a deep consideration of how composition communicates. Through For You, we're taking tools and techniques that we've developed in the realm of performance making and applying them to the social. We're asking, yes, are these dedicated gifts socially impactful, but also, is this a beautiful gift? Is this an intimate, aesthetically specific experience that has a social force? The For You project has taken a number of forms, but in my 3 minutes and 42 seconds left, I want to tell you about the most fully realized and most expansive and unwieldy manifestations of For You. Yerba Buena Center for the Arts in San Francisco commissioned 3 rounds of For You that went something like this. We select 12 audience members, strangers who are really different from one another. We date each of them for a couple of months, taking note of everything that comes up along the way. This is Aria, an 11-year-old girl who plays a pretty rough version of Happy Birthday on the trumpet. This is Kelly, a 50-year-old retired airline stewardess, trans activist, showing us her most recent missing nail. This is Blanca, an expectant mother and pediatrician, showing us the messiest place in her home, a sock drawer full of old love letters. Then we map out and create performative experiences based on that research. Finally, we gather those 12 individuals together for a day-long adventure. So instead of trying to give you a comprehensive picture of what we're up to, I will share 2 very brief chapters within several separate day-long adventures. These are images from an installation at the San Francisco Museum of Design and Performance, where our 12 audience members spent an hour. Each of them had their own interactive station where they could engage with their own exhibit or come to know another person by engaging with theirs. Each of these stations is drawn from some detail that the audience member shared with us, but also this gives the 12 individual audience members a chance to come to know one another. We are aiming to create an unlikely bridge between strangers, to give them a chance to come to know a tiny, specific, intimate detail about another person. These images are from something called The Shit Show, one chapter of an 8-hour version of For You at the Marin Headland Center for the Arts. We created about 30 separate, very short performance bits. Again, each bit an ode to a particular detail of an individual audience member. The performance bits were often interactive. They were titled, and the audience would place an order from a menu over the course of an hour. Like the gallery show, audience would have their own stories reflected back at them, but also come to know others through these performative responses. So here's the thing about this project. It totally doesn't make sense when you measure it against the rubric of how traditional theater succeeds. It is exactly the opposite of revenue generating. But what I can say is that while impact isn't broad, it's deep. Our For You audiences have paid for the performance with their energy, their time, their care, their love, and their investment in the work is personal, and our practice of making is personal. As I was preparing for this presentation, I was gathering photos and getting frustrated because much of the documentation just looks like a bunch of friends hanging out in cool places, a group of pals celebrating together, exploring together, dancing together, eating together, making simple magic together, just being together. Being together. I was wishing that I had more images that looked like art. But this invisible magnetic bond between strangers, this spark of connection, this is what this art is trying to facilitate. We're looking for organizations or presenters that are wanting to develop meaningful relationships through rigorous and aesthetically specific art making. The work that we create is scalable. Right now, we're working with groups such as the Global Brain Health Institute at UCSF to bring folks living with dementia and their caregivers a For You experience. We're working with the Momentary, a new contemporary art space in Arkansas, to create work for audiences to commemorate the museum's opening. And we're finalists for NIFA's National Theater Project grant, and most immediately, we're looking for venues who want to be on that grant with us. No joke, it's due next week, so come talk to me. If, money, touring, art, if you want to be on that grant, come talk to me. As we consider touring, we're creating ways to scale the work so that our model is nimble and adaptable. Thank you so much for being with me, and thank you so much to Creative Capital, and thank you so much to all of the other artists. It's really, your work is so moving and inspiring and galvanizing, and I feel really incredibly honored to be amongst this incredible group of people. So thank you so much.